Good evening. My name is Patrick McAuliffe. I am a 31-year-old IT professional and current student at Northern Virginia Community College. Today, I'm going to be going over why I think that everybody should consider upgrading the internal storage in their computer from an older mechanical hard drive to a newer solid state drive, an SSD. So, what we're going to be looking at is going to be three-pronged. The first aspect of it is going to be the performance gains that you are going to get. Speeds are going to be faster. The second is that you can extend the life of current hardware just by upgrading the internal storage. That can be very cost effective. We're talking, spending $80 versus upwards of $1,000, $2,000 on a brand new computer. And finally, we're going to be talking about the benefits that come from reducing e-waste just by doing this. All right, so to get into it, we're going to start with the performance benefits that we're going to see. So a solid state drive in comparison to a traditional mechanical drive. So I have right here, this is an old school mechanical hard drive, HDD. So you can see it's big. I mean, this is about 5 inches and it weighs about half a pound. So it is not light, it is not efficient. The amount of energy it takes to power this is significantly greater than what it takes to power a solid state hard drive. All right. And for when we're talking about performance speeds, read-write speeds. So this is old. This is old technology. We're talking about 25 megabytes to upwards of, approximately 150 megabytes per second read-write on this, which for its day was great. But now in 2023, we have much better options. So we have a solid state drive, which is what I'm currently using right now. So I'm not able to hold it up because it is powering my computer as we speak. Then on top of that, we have M.2 NVMe drives, which can hit speeds of 3.5 gigabytes per second, which is approximately like 100 times faster than the old school hard drives. So the performance gain is substantial. So now, when you consider how does this benefit you, like how will this improve your life? This is old. This, you can look at this as like a CD player. Inside this is a spinning disc that has to get up to speed, and then a laser has to read the information. So with newer solid state drives, that information is just readily accessible, exponentially faster. It is just better in every regard. Getting back to this, look at compact discs or even old school records or vinyl records. There's a limited number of times that needle can read the information on that disc. So be it 1,000 times or 10,000 times, eventually this will fail. You will no longer be able to read and write data onto this at a certain point. So from an IA perspective, information assurance perspective, it's going to fail. So you need to replace this. And just end level user, you, me, or students, by replacing this, everything will be better. Everything will be more responsive. If you install Windows onto a solid state drive, everything will be snappier. From a completely powered off computer to being able to open up web browsers, we're talking 5 seconds compared to traditional mechanical drives. It can take a long time. Like, I think we've all experienced the frustration of using a slow computer. It's horrible, and it might sound like you're just picking at hairs, but when everything you click, launches that hourglass, you click anything and you have to wait, it gets very tedious. It can make very basic tasks extremely frustrating. So that is why in 2023, there is no reason to be using this anymore. So this is a 1 terabyte hard drive. You can get a 1 terabyte solid state drive for $50-$60 now, depending on Amazon sales. It's extremely cheap. My first solid state drive I bought in 2015. I think I paid close to $500 for it, for a 500 gigabyte, which is half the size of 1 terabyte. And it's just, as time goes on, it gets cheaper, faster, and more efficient. And there's no reason to be using mechanical hard drives. So get into the next prong, reduction in e-waste. All right. Extending the lifespan of the electronics we already have. It can be huge, it's a lot of silicon and a lot of lithium that goes into all of our consumer electronics. It's not sustainable. Like, it's all coming out of the ground. I personally don't believe we as Americans should be looking at things like cell phones and computers just as throwaway consumer electronics, the way that they are in this country. You look at a computer, a MacBook, iPhone. It's really only the lifespan is very short. The turnaround is so quick. People want to just get the new thing, and you might not have to. You might just be able to upgrade the hard drive in your current computer, and it'll be like night and day. Like, it, the difference can't really be understated. It is like going from a Honda to a Ferrari. Like, it is quick. And the reduction in e-waste, I mean, even if you don't care about the environment, why needlessly waste? That is my argument. All right. And finally, it's a very cost-efficient alternative to buying a new computer. Now, we're all students in a community college, so it might be fair to say that we're all, concerned with cost. I am going to Nova because for me, it is the most cost-effective method. And, in that same train of thought, rather than going out and buying a brand new computer, upgrading the old hard drive to a solid state drive can really just extend the life of my current hardware. And I think that's important. We've all experienced, laggy, clunky computers, and you can fix that. You can fix it very cheaply. $60 purchase on Amazon, and you have a solid state drive. And now, another consideration when we're talking about cost is whether or not you yourself, as the end user, feel comfortable installing that yourself. If you feel comfortable with swapping out the drives, and it's about as simple as Legos. It's plug and play. Two connections right here. SATA and power cable. That's two plugs. It's very easy to do. It gets complicated when you have to reinstall Windows onto that drive, but anybody can do it. Anybody could just watch a YouTube video, and it's very simple. If you don't feel comfortable with doing that yourself, which is perfectly reasonable, you might have to pay somebody else to do it, and then we're talking $100, $200, depending, on parts and labor. And even still, at that price point, it's a good deal of savings compared to buying a brand new computer. So that is why I think it is worth considering upgrading the internal storage in your computer versus buying a brand new computer. You can bring new life to an old machine, and if you're concerned with cost, I think it's a great alternative. So my name is Patrick McAuliffe. I can be reached at pfmcaul@gmail.com. If anybody has any further questions, I could even walk you through how to do this. And please feel free to contact me if you need any further information. All right, thank you very much.